Welcome to this tutorial for Rodeo Ticket. Today I'm going to show you our new sponsor and vendor CRM. So you'll start by logging into your account. And then you'll select your rodeo for the year. And then from the sidebar menu, you're going to go to sponsors. And then we've got our sponsor and vendor CRM right here. And go ahead and open that. And then you'll see, this is new, I haven't started using it yet. But we've got a prospect count and a number of interested sponsors and vendors count here, how many sponsors you've sold here, how many vendors you've sold, and then what your renewal rate is. And then we also have a tally of folks who aren't interested. So you can look at it for all years. You can look at it for as many years as you have on Rodeo Ticket. So that's nice to see a trend overall. You can see a trend for a specific year. So if I want to look at 2026, that's great. If I want to go ahead and add a goal, I'm going to click this button. And then maybe I want the goal to be like sponsor revenue for Q1, and then it's a revenue goal, and I'll type in the target here. If I would rather have a quantity goal, then I can put, maybe we want 10 Q1. Once you're happy with your goal, go ahead and hit save goal. And now you've got your goal here. It will track your progress towards your goal. If you want to delete a goal, you can delete goals by hitting this trash button. All right. The next piece is adding a prospect. So this is just when you start having conversations with local companies, local organizations about sponsorship or being a vendor, like if you want a food truck to come be a vendor. So you'll fill out this information with their name, their company, an email or a phone number or both. And then if they're a sponsor, or in this case, it's a vendor, so we add a vendor. And then if you have a specific person who's working on those conversations, you can assign this prospect to them. So we're gonna go ahead and hit save. And now we've got our contacts here. You can keep adding prospects as you talk to people. When I click into look at this contact, I've got all of the contact information that I initially entered. I can edit that if I want to. I can look at what event years they've been contacted. I can see if it's a cold lead, or if they're interested, or if they're almost sold, or if they're sold, if it's complete, it's renewed, or if it's not interested. And I can also look at that history. So let's just say that they're interested. So that's updated now. I can add notes. So if I just got off a call with them and want to make sure I don't forget something, I can add a note that's attached to this company, or I can add a note that's attached to this specific contact. So that's really helpful. If you want, you can send an email. So you can click here and then type up an email, and then it'll send an email to this contact. So this is a great quick way to make sure your outreach is good and easy. And then we will be adding a link to the budget and expenses report that we have for you. So this is for forecasting. That link will be here. You can delete your contact here. And then if you want to create a reminder for yourself to reach out, you can create a task right here, and then you assign it to yourself if you want, or you can just create it for this contact, create task, and then it will appear on our checklist page. So this is a really cool tool, really robust, a lot of things that you can do, and it's all connected within our system. So you can really get a lot done and streamline your sponsor outreach and vendor outreach, and really keep track of where things are and what needs to be done. All right, so that is the tool. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.